Hello PIM people and welcome. I'm Rasmus, and in this video I want to show you the more advanced stuff of how you can use webhooks. So please go and look up or see the video about the basic stuff about webhooks. And if you're totally familiar with that concept, just stick to this video and then I'll show you the more advanced stuff of it. I want to replicate a situation I was in with one of my customers. So we created a function where you can copy some specific attributes from one product to another product. So the thing is that they have many products that are quite similar. They look really equal. It's not a variant of this product, but the product have many of the same features, USPs, stuff like that. So depending on if you're supply chain or product development or marketing, you want to copy some specific attributes from a product that you have already enriched to that specific one, just to save time. And they want to do it instant. So they want to add this on a tab, hit save, and then these attributes values are copied from one product to another. So I want to build this right now, and I want to fire up a webhook that goes to a Azure function app we have created that look through these specific attributes and write them back to PIM, to the new product where they want to copy them to. Hope you get the kind of picture what we want to achieve here, and then I will want to go through the steps of creating this. I'll go through everything so you'll have to see it here. I'll also create attributes, stuff like that, attach them to the data model if you're guess you're familiar with that if you watching this video. If not, go and watch some of the other videos I have about attributes, product models, stuff like that. Okay, dive into it. So we want to create these attributes. First of all, I want to create a new attribute where you point to the product you want to copy from. So it should look like this. And then there is a data type. We haven't looked at that earlier, but this is a product reference. So this is where you can reference another product. Here you can define which product structure you're allowed to select. In this case, I only want to be able to select the demo product. You could potentially select more of them, all of them. It's up to you. Here you could select if it's okay to select multiple product you want to copy from. This is not the case here. You can only select you want to copy from one product. Okay, save that one. Then I want to create a attributes where you can list all the attributes you want to copy. That was kind of complicated, but I think you're getting the point. There is also one called a attribute reference. Same goes on here. There's certain way to attack this. So you could create a scope with predefined attributes that is allowed for the users to select for copying in this case. In the case where I was involved with this specific customer, there's a huge trust with the people who are working in PIM, so they were allowed to select all of the attributes. So all of the attribute scopes and all the attributes that are in these scopes, and then you can decide which type of attribute they're allowed to copy. Again, you can limit them here, or in the case we had here, we have confidence that the users were doing everything right, so they were just allowed to use all kinds of attributes types when they're doing the copy. You will see it later on. We allowed them to select multiple values, so they select a lot of different fields they want to copy across. That's it. Save that one. We also created a copy from forever field. So imagine you have created this logic right now and you enable this specific Boolean, which I'll show you in a second. Then this product means it will try to keep these products is in sync. So if you have the one you're copying from and you're suddenly changing some of these values up here, then it will automatically get copied on a regular basis to the other one. So often they just use it to copy once, but there are certain situations where they want all of these attributes to be in sync across some products, because then they only have to enrich one of them, and then they ensure that if they get a new feature attached to it or whatever, it's automatically copied to all of the other products. So I'll just add this one. That would be a Boolean. That's it. And the last thing I will add in here is a last time this one successfully ran. So this is more for logging, so they can see that this has actually been executed. Just a field while adding in a date. Successful run. There we are. That'll be a date, including the time. That's it. Okay, now we have all attributes. Now we need to go to the product model and attach it. So the product model here, we will create a new tab that will be called, so that'll be a dynamic tab called copy from. Copy from here. Just make a dynamic section called the same for the demo here. And in here, I want to add attributes, the copy from product. We are. Then I want them to select which attributes they want to copy. Then I want to select the forever, if they should be copied forever or not. So here is a gotcha about a default value. So I want this specific one to be disabled by default. So if you don't set a default value, a attribute, a Boolean attribute like this will be null. For the programmer, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And you could also set a default value that it will be false. So either you should handle this here, or you should handle in your code that if it's null or false, something like this. We don't want to set a default value, but have that in mind when you're working with the Boolean values and default values on top of them. Okay, and then I want the last attribute, which will be the copy the last successful run. There we are. That should be read only. Submit. Save this one. Just to see what changes we did here, I want to go into the demo products we created this one here. So now we have the possibility of selecting a product and selecting the attributes we want to copy across from a different product. Alrighty, now we need to go back to the webhooks that we talked about in the beginning and what this session is about. So the webhook is on the settings here, webhook. We still have the demo one here that I created earlier. We want to create a new one. And when I say earlier, is in the basic video about webhooks. So go and watch that one if you haven't seen it. Okay, so we want to give it a title. I have this Azure function app that I have already developed and deployed to Azure. I have the specific URL to it here. I want this one to be active. And then again, I want to go into products whenever a product is updated. Want to do the conditional triggering. Want to fire when specific ones are updated. And let's say that, so it's a copy product and copy attributes. If any of this is changed, then I want to fire off this webhooks and do my magic on top of this afterwards. Once you send the default information, that's it. Save that one. Now I created that webhook and it's pointing to the service that I have in Azure already. So let's test it out. So if I go into this product one here, earlier in one of the other sessions about business rules and stuff like that, we created these attributes and added them in here. Let's say I want to copy all of this value from product one to product two I have here. Then I'll go and decide what product I want to copy from, get the list here. And right now you'll only see the internal ID, but you could of course add whatever product name you want in here or stuff like that. And then you'll be able to see what they are, so you will figure out the correct one. You'll see I'm not capable of multi-selecting more of them because we decided we'll be able to select one. I want to copy from product number one. Okay. And I want to copy the product that was called, what was it, packaging size. So I want to, packaging, did I forget to add this? This is a good live example. Yes, okay, but that's a good demo example. It's because it's not in the scope that I have allowed them to select from. So let's quickly go back to the attribute. We'll discard these changes, and then we will find the. So what I'm talking about now is that the ones I'm trying, the attributes I'm trying to select now is probably not in any of these scopes. So if we go back and find these packaging size attributes, which we have here, I want to edit this one. See, it's not in a scope, so I'll add it into the demo scope, which was one of the scope that was allowed to select on this one. So sorry for this confusion, but I think it is a relevant live demo of what is happening when you can't find these things. Go back and look at what you have selected earlier. This should hopefully solve it. I'll do a refresh there, and let's go into these demo models again. This one. So select that product I want to copy from, and here it is now, packaging size in centimeter. So this is actually the product I want to copy, or the attribute I want to copy right now. I don't want to copy it forever. I just want to keep it like this. Save. So Struct PIM is not familiar with what I want to do with what is happening in the app next to it. So this is why this is not updated now. But if I refresh it now, go to this copy, then you will see this one has got a timestamp from right now when I executed this. And if you go into dimension, then you will suddenly see that these have been filled out. You will also see that these have been filled out, and we have created a business rule that is calculating the cubic meters and adding it to this field. So right now we triggered both the webhook, we triggered a business rule that is calculating, and all of that, everything is happening automatically. So this really shows the power of what you are capable of doing with these webhooks. And in this case, we use them for copying specific attributes across products automatically. I hope you see the power of it, and I hope you find this interesting and can use it in your own setup. If you have any questions, reach out to me or some of the other persons in the Struct PIM community. They would love to help out. Except from that, I hope you really enjoyed the content. Hope you will throw a like or subscribe at it. If not, no big deal at all. Just wish you a nice day, and thank you for watching. Bye.